Over the years, I've experienced so much disruption in a variety of different areas of my life, especially family, finances, health, business, work, school. I didn't really understand the scope of why I was dealing with so much chaos in these different areas of my life. I'm like, God, are you mad at me? Is this something that I did? Is it something that I said? Is this karma? What is this? I had to get revelation to understand that there's purpose behind the disruption. Sometimes in life, as people, we become complacent in these different areas of our life. We become comfortable with old habits and routines. Therefore, our growth is stagnant and we don't move. We procrastinate. We're not mindful. We're not present. That's where disruption comes in. See, when you look at disruption as a negative thing, you react negatively. You get depressed, you get stressed, you get angry, you give up, you start to doubt. But when you look at disruption as something that's going to provoke change, everything has to transform. We're not to conform to the things of this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of the mind, the way that you think. That changes everything. That changes the scope of how you operate as a human being, because there's a greater purpose behind that. And you have to start looking at disruption as something that's going to push the needle forward. I'm an open book and I like to be transparent. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm guilty of it. That's just me. So I'm going to tell you something. So on December 28th of 2021, I had a good friend of mine tell me this. She said, DeMario, either you're going to jump or you're going to get pushed, but one way or another, it's going to happen. That was a hard pill to swallow. I wrote it down because I needed revelation. I needed to understand what that meant, what that was. Because a lot of us, everybody, we all have a purpose to execute on a specific thing in our lives. We have gifts and talents that we're supposed to utilize to provoke change, to be an impact. Sometimes we are not focused enough on those specific things that we don't move. We procrastinate, and we don't utilize those things. I know that there's an anointing over my life. I know that there's a purpose inside of me to do something greater than myself. On October 21st of 2022, a security net that I became comfortable in for several years was taken away from me, to where I literally had to step out on faith. It's one thing to have faith when it's convenient, but there's another when you have to have faith when that's the only thing that you have left is faith. The disruption that I experienced, it pushed me. It literally pushed me into purpose. And I want to share something before I let you go, because I really want you to marinate on what I'm sharing. And I'll tell you now, this is the beginning of a book that I'm working on called Noise: How to Find Peace in the Midst of Chaos. And I just wanted to share the opening of it because I feel like it's so powerful, and I feel like you need to hear this. Because some of us are writing down our New Year's resolutions, and you have these specific goals that you're putting in front of yourself. But the thing is, real change comes when you change the way that you think. And I want to share this with you. My mama always said, son, the volume of your life is too loud. I didn't fully understand the warning of grace until I was in the core of the chaos. The assorted sounds of disruptive frequencies that were stimulated by my choices created not only an unpleasant, but violent noise that became an impulsive distraction. It was so bad, I was deaf to my own voice. The internal spiritual warfare became so overwhelming, it started to affect my mental health, causing severe anxiety and stress. But I unknowingly created an unhealthy coping mechanism to where I just suppressed the pain and all of my emotion, not knowing I was slowly killing myself from the inside out. When you don't properly heal from past trauma, the destructive aftermath of its effects can potentially create stems of dysfunctional behavior that will eventually spread through your life like a cancerous disease. Let that sink in. So when you start to experience the different disruptions in your life, focus on those disruptions, but not in a negative sense. Understand, how can I improve in a specific area? That's where real growth is going to stimulate. So there is purpose behind the disruption. Continue to live to inspire change. Elevate the way that you think. And you'll really start to embrace you and start to see yourself prosper in every area of your life. Continue to be great.
Certified, I need a stamp. Hit after hit, like I'm in the gym, I've been putting in reps. All I do is win and do it again. Call me the champ. Certified.